Hi, this is Mary Ellen Collins here again with you. I am going to talk to you about step three if you're interested in starting a motherless daughter group, and that is telling your story. Hmm. Now, you may think, well, I haven't even started the group yet. Why do I need to start working on this? It's because it's going to take you a little time to do this. See, we each have a story to tell. It's our life experiences, our book, and there's so many chapters in it. You need to think about your story and how you would share it with someone else. What I want to make sure that you do is to watch this video to the end because there's a special bonus. I'm going to start again free coaching calls second week of August. And I will tell you, last time they filled up very quickly. So I encourage you to, if that's what you're interested in, to sign up for one of those. Again, if I haven't introduced myself to you, I'm Mary Ellen Collins. I'm the executive director and the founder of the Motherless Daughters Ministry. I'm just so pleased that you've decided to spend your precious time with me this morning or this afternoon or whatever time of day that you are actually listening to this. I'm bringing you Monday morning ministry moments. The first Monday of each month, what I've been working on to share with you how to start a motherless daughter group of your own. I started this group 21 years ago, and I want to share with you some of the steps that it took. Not all of them, but some of the steps that it took to get started in sharing and starting a group. So today I really want to talk about telling your story. We each have a story to tell. Our life experiences, our book of me, and there's so many chapters in that book. And if you're as old as I am, you got lots more chapters. But you need to think about your story and how you would share it with someone else. So telling your story really takes lots of thought. While this is something you won't use until later on when your group begins, you need to start now so you can rehearse it and get it down until it flows from your lips easily. Your story is long, involved, and it may be painful. This is a challenging step, and you're going to need time and reflection to get it right. It is your story that you will be sharing in your Motherless Daughter group. So I want you to think about how you would respond to some of these questions. What is your story of mother loss? How old were you? When did this happen? How many years ago was that? Why did you decide to either come to this group or create this group? What are your expectations for the group? What are other significant life events that you've had that made you who you are today? What are your expectations? What are your fears? What are your gifts? What I want you to do is to write this and take time in writing this, but rehearse it in front of a mirror. Record yourself, listen to it over and over and over and over, and then try it out on someone you trust. Your story has to be genuine, but your challenge is when you're shared in your group, you must be able to be succinct because you're modeling and others will repeat the method you use. So it's important to be able to share your story and not ramble, not go into all the details that may create clutter in your story. I created an opening exercise called Telling My Story for the Motherless Daughters Ministry. And we use this, various versions of this with every course that we offer. It is always an introductory thing. And I will put this on the website so you can download a copy of that for a limited time from August 3rd to the 8th. I'll have that copy available on the website for you. So, every program, and I'm talking about, the journey, Daughters of the Narcissistic Mother, Emotionally Absent Mother, The Road to Forgiveness, every program has some kind of version of telling your story. So we use this, and it's got 21 years of experience. You have to remember, when a group comes together, one of the first things that everybody's trying to figure out is, how do I fit in this group? So by everybody starting out on the same page, it will be very, very important. One of the things that when you download the document, you're going to notice the second page, it looks like the document is divided into 4 quarters, and it is. So what you're going to be doing is giving this document out to people ahead of time, and they can write their responses on the paper. But when you meet together, you're going to ask them to transfer their information to a large piece of flip chart paper. They can just use bullet points in doing this. It's so important for them to be able to do this. They can use the paper to talk from, but they'll be putting the chart on the wall for everyone to see each other's stories. And this is important because they begin to understand how they may connect together and what they have in common. The other thing I want to give you a heads up: do not make the mistake of having them hold the paper in front of them and reading it and expecting everybody else to remember that. That just doesn't work that way. It must be published in order for it to work and be successful. Um, in another, in fact, what we use, once you got all the papers up and you give people the time to share their story from their chart, then one of the exercises that you want to do after that is all completed is to be able to say, so how do we connect with each other? Who do you connect with, and how do we connect as a group? And that's a connection exercise that we will do every time in the beginning to set the framework for connections within the group. Sharing everyone's story will help the group come together. Uh, just as repeat as what I said before, when as they enter a group, their group of strangers, and they'll wonder how they fit. And this exercise helps to be able to bond them together. I'm going to talk about tools that you're going to use later. But one tool I think it's important to introduce you to right now is, when you have people share in a group, you gotta have a timer. Make it equal. That's so important. You have to give everyone equal amount of time to speak. So it also sets out the framework that everyone here is on the same foundation, the same platform. Make sure that you use a timer, and use one that is on your phone. Use that. Use a timer on your phone so you don't have to be monitoring it. The other thing is, make it an audible timer. That way you don't have to keep looking at it, and you can listen to that speaker, because that's what's going to be important. Use a timer, use your phone, make it audible so that everyone has that. Many times I'll ask people if they'd like a 2-minute warning before um, they get finished, their time is up. If you want to know my story, if you go to the motherlessdaughtersministry.com, our website, and you look for a blog that says, I am a motherless daughter, early loss, that begins to tell you a little bit of framework of my story and how I tried to put it together in a format that created a lot of information. If you, as we close, if you're aware of other motherless daughters, I want you to do 3 things. 3 things. I want you to share this message with them. If this message is speaking to you, hit that like button. Tag somebody in the comments if they should watch it. And if you can relate to this video, we want to hear from you. Share your thoughts, your questions, all those kind of things. And as I said, this week I will be putting on the website the telling your story that you can download, and you just have to sign up, and then you can download that directly. And then next week, I'll be putting up some free coaching calls. So if there's any way that I can help you, certainly sign up for one of those coaching calls. When you sign up, you'll be given dates and times that are available, and it's very easy for you to do. And we can do that through Zoom, or we can do that through a phone call. And those times are going to be limited. So the first is the downloadable Telling Your Story, and that's going to be available only this coming week from August 3rd to August 8th. And then the free coaching calls will be ready for you to sign up on August 9th, and they're limited, so please don't delay. Um, and you'll, and as we stop, as we end, um, I want to say that this may be the most painful and the most healing part of starting your group. For us to lay out our story and to be able to articulate it in a way that we can share our story, it really is so powerful and so healing. Reach out if I can be of help. Until next Monday, have a wonderful week. Thank you. Bye.